What's up, Jaguars? Mr. Crowder here. Going to talk to you about our new text that we are reading. It's from a book called Follow the Rabbit Proof Fence by Doris Pilkington. And this is going to be a two-part video because it is about 3 pages of text. It is on page 67 in your e-textbook or page 315 in your actual textbook. So your background for this story is Aboriginal Australians are the native people of the Australian continent. From 1910 to 1970, many children of mixed Aboriginal and white descent were taken from their families by the government in an effort to train them to fit into white Australian culture. Follow the Rabbit Proof Fence is a nonfiction narrative account of 3 Mardu Aboriginal girls who escaped a government settlement in 1931 to return home. The Mardu are the indigenous or native people of the Australian desert. So, hold on, let me get rid of this. And so here we go. The other girls were now getting dressed, getting ready for school, and the 3 watched quietly amidst all the activity. Bossing and bullying was everywhere around them, and there were cries and squeals of, "Don't, you're hurting my head," as the tangled knots were combed out with tiny, fragile combs. "Oh, Mummy, Daddy, my head," yelled a young girl who stamped her feet and tried to pull away from her torturer, an older, well-built girl who seemed to have adopted the girl as her baby sister. They performed this ritual together every morning before school. "Come on, you girls," ordered Martha Jones as she passed by their bed. "The school bell's gone. Don't be late on your first day." "All right, we're coming as soon as we empty the toilet bucket," answered Molly softly. "I'll wait for you then," said Martha. "No, don't wait. We'll follow you. We know where the school is." "All right, then. We'll go along. Come on, Rosie," she said as she rushed out of the door into the cold, drizzly morning. As soon as the other girls left the dormitory, Molly beckoned her 2 sisters to come closer to her. Then she whispered urgently, "We're not going to school, so grab your bags. We're not staying here." Daisy and Gracie were stunned and stood staring at her. "What did you say?" asked Gracie. "I said we're not staying here at the settlement because we're going home to Jigalong, which is a region which is where their hometown is." Gracie and Daisy weren't sure whether they were hearing correctly or not. "Move quickly," Molly ordered her sisters. She wanted to be miles away before their absence was discovered. Time was of the essence. Her 2 young sisters faced each other, both looking very scared and confused. Daisy turned to Molly and said nervously, We're frightened, Dugu," which is the term in their native language of older sister. "How are we going to find our way back home to Jigalong? It's a long way from here." Molly leaned against the wall and said confidently, "I know it's a long way to go, but it's easy. We'll find the rabbit-proof fence. A fence that ran from the north coast of Australia to the south coast to deter pests such as rabbits. And follow that all the way home." "We're going to walk all the way?" "Yeah," replied Molly, getting impatient now, "so don't waste time." The task of finding the rabbit-proof fence seemed like a simple solution for a teenager whose father was an inspector who traveled up and down the fences, and whose grandfather had worked with him. Thomas Craig told her often that the fence stretched from coast to coast, south to north, across the country. It was just a matter of locating a stretch of it, then following it to Jigalong. The 2 youngsters trusted their big sister because she was not only the eldest, but she had always been the bossy one who made all the decisions at home. So they did the normal thing and said, "All right, Ngudu, we'll run away with you." They snatched up their meager possessions and put them into calico bags and pulled the long drawstrings and slung them around their necks. Each one put on 2 dresses, 2 pairs of calico bloomers, and a coat. Gracie and Daisy were about to leave when Molly told them to wait. "Take those coats off. Leave them here." "And so, why?" asked Gracie. "Because they're too heavy to carry." All right, so I'm going to stop right here, and then we'll read paragraph 22 on in the second half of the video.